Welcome to Some Good Tea, where we drink some tea and share some tea. I'm your host, Katie, and today I'm being joined by David. He's a new guest.
Hello.
I'm so glad that you are willing to come drink me tea and sit in my house and suffer through this.
I don't think suffer is the proper word. I've been looking forward to trying some new teas, and I've always wanted to be on a podcast.
Have you really?
I've never done it. I've thought about starting my own. I just don't know what I'd talk about.
Yeah. I never actually wanted to do a podcast, and then I was peer pressured into it, as with most of the things that I've done outside of my career. Mm-hmm. And I've not regretted it at all. I can say 10 out of 10. It's actually really fun. You know?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. We're enjoying Autumn Bold tea by Keats Co. This is a great tea because it's delicious, and because it comes from Good Store. They're a really cool place, guys, because they have a super cool mission. We are just a fan, not a sponsor, but you should check them out. 100% of their profit is going to go to ending maternal and infant mortality, and helping with preventing and treating tuberculosis for people in Sierra Leone. And they have really delicious tea and a bunch of other really cool stuff.
And this is delicious.
Yeah.
Really, you ought to consider not starting the podcast or not pouring the tea before you start the podcast, because you really missed out on my sounds of surprise as I tried it for the first time.
It's true.
Delightful.
I know. I should record right when people are taking their first sips. So we poured it, let it cool for a little bit, and then, I let you take your first sips already. So he's already into the cup quite a bit at this point.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah. But it's great. It's great. They have quite a lineup. So for all the flavor palettes, and they have coffee and all the other things. They have cute socks. If you're into cute socks, soap. Everybody needs soap.
You should need soap. If you don't use it, please do.
Yeah. Soap is great. Probably use it more than once. We're off to a great start, and as per usual, we're going to be rolling a 20-sided dice, and maybe we're going to talk more about soap today, David, because we're going to talk about the weirdness that is humanity and what it's like to be a human being. Would you like to roll the dice first and see what weird random question we get?
I like that you placed it as a 20 at the top.
That is okay. So there's a lot of superstition.
Oh.
When you don't know this?
Well, I know there's a lot of superstition.
There's a lot of superstition when it comes to D20s and how you are supposed to handle them, and do you let your DM touch your D20 and this and this and that, and if I'm of the school of you got to charge your D20, get the good vibes, so you let the D20 rest with the 20 facing up. Right, so we're getting the good vibes to distill onto the 20, so you let the 20 face up.
Well, let's see how well that works.
Yeah.
Mediocre, I'd say.
Yeah, right exactly in the middle. We got a 10. I think that should be a good question, though.
That's really what matters.
Yeah. Considering that I wrote these questions myself, does the color of your car matter as an adult to you? And if so, what is it?
So, consistent with being a weird human, my answer is yes to both.
Okay. Elaborate.
In other words, to me, the color of my car doesn't matter. Except
Okay. See?
Sometimes.
Yes. See? It's yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, I don't really care what color my car is. We recently bought a van.
Yeah.
We're enjoying van life.
Yeah. I mean, you have kids. You got places to go. You got stuff to carry. You need space.
That's right.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's a gray van. I'm fine with gray. It's very neutral, dark, soul.
It can get dirty for a while without you noticing.
Yeah.
It can get scraped up and be okay.
I'm not a fan of white for the dirtiness issue, but it's not the end of the world if my car's white. We had a
Yeah.
white car, and that was fine. But
It's easier to find, I feel like, a
yeah,
white car.
so like those standard colors, like a nice blue or red, that's fine. Like the
Yeah.
color doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But then we hit things like orange,
Mm.
yellow,
Mm.
green. I don't do
Okay,
that.
but like green, there's different shades of
Okay,
green.
that's true. It
Yeah.
depends on the shade.
Depends. Like if we're talking about like neon green, oh dear.
Yeah.
But if we're talking like a nice forest green,
Okay, I could go to that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that, like earthy tones, I feel like.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
But if we're talking about like this glows in the dark,
Yeah. See, so to me, like the color of my car doesn't matter, except
except
if it's gonna be
like if it gives you a stroke.
like if it makes it really easy for you to get pulled over after you've committed a crime, maybe that's not the color car I want to drive.
So overt that it's covert, maybe though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If it stands out so much that you blend in,
Yeah, that's true.
right? If it's one of those cars, they change colors as you walk around it, like it's a fish.
That's crazy.
Have
Is that a thing?
you not seen those cars? The like Tesla
No,
cars that have the weird
not
wraps?
recently.
Yeah. I saw one the other day that was like, those 3D pictures that you can like change the angle of the picture, but it was a car.
That's weird. I've not seen that.
Wow.
I
How
don't get out much.
you
let's
need
be
to get out? Yeah, buddy. Oh my gosh. Like, I guess I don't know. I don't commute that much. I'm only like 12 minutes away from work. Like, I've timed it is exactly 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I can take 4 different ways to work and each way is 12 minutes. I have so many options.
I can only know 2 routes, so we'll have to talk later.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk later.
There's lots of options, which is nice because in the wintertime,
Yeah.
But no, there's like these weird where it's iridescent,
Yeah,
like
that's
iridescent.
crazy.
Yeah. And it could be the base could be whatever, so it could be like pink underneath and then you do like a layer of blue and then it'll become like iridescent.
Okay.
You've not seen cars like that. They're
No.
all over the place.
Not recently.
Whoa. And we're gonna have to show you
Also,
pictures. It's gonna blow your mind.
That's a hard pass for me, by the way.
Yeah.
That's not my kind of car.
No. Like, I don't necessarily have an issue with the like artisticness of it,
Sure.
but like as like a statue or like a porcelain thing that goes on a shelf.
I like things. I don't like flashy things. I like things that look inconspicuous, but the more you look at them, the cooler they become.
Yeah.
I dig stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
much like this tea.
Isn't it so good? Yeah, it's great. Just each sip is just another journey through Flavortown.
Mm. They're taking the hobbits to Flavortown.
Flavortown. Yeah, no, the color of your car is very important. I feel really strongly about the color of my car.
Oh.
Yeah. Because like it can't just be like everybody else's car. Because it's my car.
Okay.
That's my car, right? And so like I could never have like a white car. That I like, why am I paying for that?
It's like a nightmare. You like wake up and you're like, my car was white.
But I feel the same way about like a gray car or like the base colors, like it's so common. It's just too common. It's so, no, I can't. It's so, no, I can't do it. It's too common. I couldn't do it.
That's what bumper stickers are for, right?
Well, but like bumper stickers are permanent? No, you have the resale value. No. Not that I'm going to get rid of it that soon, but like, no, couldn't do it. But like my phone's also not. And like, yeah, I have a case on my phone, but why would I ever get like a black phone? That's so common.
Like a peasant.
Yeah. You see the color of my hair? Yeah, I cannot. I actually like shopped for a while to specifically get the color of my car. I already knew the make, the model, the features, everything else, but like it was the color that I needed.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was I have like it's kind of like a light-ish blue. It's called khaki gray. It's not gray at all. It's a light blue Subaru Crosstrek.
All right.
It's not even close to gray, but the like on the official name of the paint, I guess, Subaru called it khaki gray because they're boring. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Color schemes. I'm not much of a visual artist, so like I don't get color schemes. People are like, what color is that? And it's like it's blue.
It's blue. Yeah, it's blue. It's a light blue. It's like a light tealish kind of blue. But I could not ever do a like black or gray or white car. I did think about a red because it was actually easier to find a red car in that model. But then I would be a person that owned a red car.
And what does that mean to you?
I think you can tell by the look on my face. Like it's like you stand out too much. Like it's you want to stand out, but you don't want to stand out that much, right?
Says the girl with red hair.
Well, but like that I'm stuck with, right?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't call your like existence into question there.
That's fair. Well, I guess I could change my hair color, but like red cars. Like once you get a red car, you kind of I feel like you become known as the person that has a red car. Same as like if you have a yellow car.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Growing up.
Like if you have a bright car.
Growing up, I knew a person with a bright yellow car and then like a neon green car.
Yeah.
And
they're always like you always remember them like that's the person that had a bright car.
I remember one of my friends said that people that own yellow cars are responsible for 90% of the exclamation marks on the internet.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you just become known for stuff that you probably aren't even responsible for, but you just become known for stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I want to stand out. I want to be able to find my car in a crowded parking lot. Things like that. You know, I want to be able to, like, when I go to pick someone up at the airport, I want to be able to have somebody be able to see me coming. But not that easily.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, I want to look cool, but I don't want to be like,
You got to find that sweet middle ground of, like, standing out, but not, like, being over gaudy.
Yeah. And I like the outdoorsy adventures, and there's like a red car against a background of like a mountain. It just doesn't look that great. It just is not the same.
It's not.
No.
It doesn't work.
And like orange or like yellow, gag me with a spoon. Like no. No, couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you had like a white car, it would look like you were doing a commercial and that you had a low budget.
Need some Led Zeppelin playing in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. So the color of your car is very important, is the moral of this story.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's very important. Would you like to roll the dice?
Sure. I don't want to screw up your charging system, so I'm going to set it to 20 here.
Okay, reset it.
And it's an 11.
Well, it went up. It went up. It went up. So it's going somewhere. Have you ever thought about those cleaner fish that nibble parasites off of like sharks? You know, like the shark will come along and like sit.
Yeah.
With its mouth open.
Yeah. No. It's an interesting question. I guess
that's not the question.
Okay, I was about to say my follow-up question for that is why is this about the weirdness of humanity?
No,
but that's
so like
coming.
that's leading up, right? So
okay, all right.
Cleaner fish for sharks.
Parasite cleaner fish. Got
Yep.
me.
So is that what dentists are for us?
Ooh. I can't say that's inaccurate, right? You know, literally your job is to like clean my teeth.
Right.
My mom wanted me to be a dentist growing up. Like she really leaned hard into that. And she tells me, she's like, I didn't want you to be a dentist, David. I just thought that would be a lifestyle you would enjoy. shoving my
I'm
hands into people's
I'm
mouths?
sorry. I'm sorry. What?
She's
What a lifestyle? Okay, wait. Okay. Like gobs and gobs of money or like putting your hands down someone's throat.
yeah, no. As she described, it was more of the gobs and gobs of money, and you take Fridays off like every week. Which
Fridays and Tuesdays and Sunday and Saturday.
yeah, I mean,
Because they never work.
yeah,
No
which is
hate.
fair.
I have friends that are dentists. I can say that. I love them. I love you. You're the best. Um David's mom, what did you mean by that? Get in the comments. Let us know.
But yeah, that just was. It was never my life's ambition to stuff my hands in people's mouths. So, yeah, yeah, that
No.
wasn't a thing for me.
No.
No, what's interesting to me though is that traditionally dentists have actually had a pretty high rate of suicide as a profession.
Yeah.
They're up there with doctors and lawyers and stuff, which has always struck me as interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Granted,
Yeah.
like they do a lot of schooling as well and all of that,
They do. It's the same amount.
It's an interesting question of like, yeah, you also make gobs of money and you have all those days off, and that's interesting.
Yeah.
Human beings are weird.
Human beings are really strange. For anybody who's worried, the suicide rate for dentists has gotten significantly better since they have changed their business model and their schooling model and a lot of other things about their profession. So it's okay. Be kind to your dentist.
Yeah.
Be kind to your dentist. Be kind to your oral hygienist. Just be kind to people because the suicide rate just in general is high.
Yeah.
Right? You never know who's having a bad day. You should share some good tea with people. But it has gotten much better in the dental profession.
My stats are probably old on that. So
They are.
That's good.
That's a weird fact that I know about the dental profession. But it's always struck me as a bit odd about the like sharks that go to like the reefs and sit there with their mouth open, or other like large predators, or like whales and stuff that will go and hang out and let the cleaner fish like come and nibble.
Yeah.
And we go to the dentist and sit there with our mouth open. And let them come. They don't nibble per se.
At least I hope not.
Well, I didn't say that. I wasn't gonna say that.
Now the fascinating thing that I have to ask myself about that I've never thought about till now is that generally, as I understand it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that sharks need to be moving to breathe.
They do.
So like, are they just like swimming really slowly? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and it depends on the
shark. Or
shark.
Are they just like suffocating? Or like, man, I really need my teeth cleaned.
Right. It kind of depends on the
hold my
shark.
breath.
Right. Like a nurse shark or like little dog sharks and stuff. Like it depends on some sharks can pump their gills.
Yeah.
So they don't have to constantly be moving, but other sharks do have to swim pretty slowly. And you will see some of them have like little buddy fish that do hang out with them.
Yeah.
And are there to eat whatever bits they don't eat.
Yeah.
Or to nibble parasites or things like that.
So it's like, Bully and his cronies. It's like,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with big dude here.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with me.
They're safe. Those little fish are safe.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna mess with them.
That's right.
I mean, would you?
No. Sharks are terrifying.
But I guess so. Then does that mean we protect our dentists? Are we the sharks? On our dentists, the little bitty fish?
No, that's breaking down for me. I'm not.
I've never really saw myself as like a big old like, hello, my name's Bruce.
Well, it's not Bruce, so that makes sense.
No, that was a very poor shark Australian accent on my part. That's my bad. Yeah. It has been a long time since I've eaten a fish, though.
Yeah. My parents hated fish. They like dentists, but they hate fish.
I don't like dentists, and I also don't like fish.
It's fair.
I still like my friends who are dentists.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. I'm not a fan of dentists or fish. I don't mind sharks, but I would not choose to swim with sharks.
Yeah.
I prefer the sharks to just shark in the water where they live. I appreciate the biodiversity that they contribute to our planet.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hang out with them in the water because I'm just a person.
Yeah. No, I have a primal fear of sharks. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like, intellectually I understand that, like, oh yeah, that
They're
thing's
so cool.
probably not going to eat me, and yeah, they're super cool, and like,
Yeah.
people swim with sharks all the time. And it's like,
I mean,
but
kudos.
if I get in the water with sharks, they're going to eat me.
Yeah.
Like, my body just knows that.
If it's like a little bitty dogfish or something,
All right, yeah.
or like a little bitty guy that I could like give him a little boop to the snoot and feel his cool like rough teeth that is their skin, I'm cool with that. That would be cool, you know? Or I'm in a boat and I look down and I see a thing that's bigger than my boat and they're like, that's a shark. I would be like, wow, that's cool. But I'm not going to get in the water.
No.
I can tread water. That doesn't mean I can swim. The shark was literally designed to be a bullet in the water.
It was designed to be a water killing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good at what it does, and I'm really good at what I do, and that's being alive on the land.
Yeah.
So that's me.
And drinking tea.
And drinking tea and avoiding dentists by keeping my teeth healthy. So
There you go.
there we go. There we go. Well, I'm going to roll the dice again, see if we can avoid the dentists and the sharks. 5. Ah, man. It's because I didn't charge it.
You didn't charge it.
I didn't charge.
See? You just picked it up and dropped it straight
I did.
in.
See, it's a real thing. It's a real phenomenon. That's what we're learning today.
You can choose to learn that today, yes.
When was the last time that you actually untied your shoes?
It was probably last week.
Okay.
So shoes.
Yeah,
Right?
shoes.
Most of the time, I do avoid trying to tie my shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I used to not be that way. I didn't like the stress that it would put on the back of the shoe.
Yeah.
But I've got this, these old pair of running shoes that I just use as my normal shoes now, and I never untied them.
Yeah, like once your running shoes hit a certain amount of mileage, you need to replace them.
Right.
But they're not like gone yet as shoes.
Yeah.
So it's like, it feels like a waste to just get rid of them completely.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you do?
So when I retire running shoes,
Mm-hmm.
they really just go into like lesser service of like,
Yeah.
you're just my everyday shoe.
Now they're just your walk around.
Yeah.
You put them on to go to the grocery store.
Exactly.
Run out the door really quick to get the mail.
That's
shoes. Right. Yeah.
But I have hiking boots and boots that I use for work. Like those I strap up and lace every time. So
do they go? You talk about hiking boots, like they go over your ankle?
Yeah.
Those you kind of have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
So I guess we're really gonna part of this down. Like, when was the last time I tied a pair of shoes? Actually, would be yesterday. I was going to say it's been longer than that. But
Wow,
no.
Look at you being so honest.
No, I my current pair of my active running shoes.
Yeah.
Went to the gym yesterday.
Yeah.
Which I haven't.
You did leg day yesterday.
Leg day.
I know this for a fact. I saw you gimping down the stairs.
That is correct.
And I was like, "Are you okay?" Because I thought you had fully sprained your ankle going down the stairs.
As I said, it's been a while since I've been to the gym.
Hey, no. I didn't know you had gone to the gym. And we were in the basement. We had a game night, and we were in the basement, and you had gone upstairs for something and came down the corner, and I looked over, and you were limping, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, David, are you okay?"
Well, and I wasn't just limping. I'm pretty sure I was making sounds of discomfort.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perhaps the nice way
I legitimately thought you had fallen down the stairs. You didn't. I hadn't heard you fall, but I looked
like a stealth fall.
Yeah. No, I looked over and I was like, "Oh my gosh, did David like hurt himself on the stairs or something?" Like, "Oh my gosh." And you were like, "No, it was leg day." And I was like, "That makes sense." Yeah, that makes sense. But you guys have just moved. Like we had talked about this before, the podcast, but you guys have just moved and now have access to a gym.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't feel bad.
Yeah. Well, I had access to a gym before too, at the last place we were at. But
I mean,
the locally owned and operated Spirit Fitness. It's my favorite thing to say.
okay.
Because the guy that owned it went to church with us.
Oh.
And he owned and rented. And
That's
he was
cool.
This, he's Lhasa would kill me. Norwegian, I'm going to say.
Whoa.
Yeah. Really cool dude.
Yeah.
Actually was like a bodybuilder back in the day.
I was
He had
gonna
pictures
say.
of him on the wall. Like,
Whoa.
He was... Actually, I don't think he had pictures on the wall, but he could show you pictures.
He could show you.
They were in the gym.
That's
Anyways,
cool.
Cool dude.
I bet.
Also did counseling.
Whoa.
Like he just
Look
decided
at, like kind
I'm
of a
good.
jack of all trades.
Yeah, he was just like I'm gonna get, and he did counseling out of his gym. He had a little office upstairs.
That's so chill.
And frankly, like the first time I met him, like he kind of felt like an abrasive personality. Like I just didn't know what to make of him.
There's so much going on at this gym.
And like but he's a super cool dude. Like,
yeah.
I would finish, like doing some rowing upstairs and come
Yeah.
downstairs and he's sitting in front of his business office, not his
Yeah,
counseling office.
the gym office.
And he's just like chilling there with his foot up on.
Did he have a Norwegian accent?
Like
a little bit. Please tell me.
A little.
Oh,
but
yes.
like it wasn't like he had an accent.
Like a little bit.
Would I say like, oh, he was from Norway? Like no.
No, you wouldn't have thought.
But he had some kind of accent to him. That I was like, where are you from?
Wow.
Man?
That's so interesting.
But no, like I'd come downstairs doing some rowing or something upstairs.
Yeah.
And like, he would be out front in his office, sitting in a chair, playing a classical guitar. Like that, he just would practice. Like such a personality.
This guy. Oh my gosh.
He was fantastic. So, anyways, he went to church with us.
Yeah.
And one day, this youth got up and was talking, and he liked to work out. He was in high school, and he was doing sports and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's
He'd
like,
go to the gym. Oh no.
And in front of the whole congregation,
Oh no.
he was like, I like to go to the locally owned and operated
Oh
Spirit
my
Fitness.
gosh, he did a plug. He did a plug at church. Oh my gosh.
And ever since then, I've just had a hard time.
You do a plug for
like not saying that
to do the whole thing. The locally owned and operated Spirit Fitness.
So,
I mean, guys, if you're ever where's it?
Cedar City.
If you're ever in Cedar City, you got to check this out. Apparently, the guy plays a classical guitar.
Yeah.
He can help you out with some counseling, maybe.
Yeah.
He seems like a really chill guy.
He is. But you need to follow the rules, all right?
Okay, yeah. I mean, honestly though, be a good gym goer. Clean up your mess. Don't drop the weights. Don't be mean.
Yeah.
Just have a good time. Guy seems pretty chill.
No, he is. He's a great dude.
I mean, if he was like a weight builder back in the day, he could probably mess you up if you don't like follow the rules. So follow the rules, Yeah. I kind of want to meet him real bad.
We can take a trip.
Locally owned and operated.
We can make a trip. We can just
to go
to the gym.
The locally owned and operated
Spirit Fitness.
Spirit Fitness. That's amazing.
And all the machines are like European design.
Oh, of course
like
they
he's
are.
got some American stuff, but it's almost like a grudging addition to his, gym.
He's like, well, I guess we have to. Okay, but like, is there a sauna?
Oh yeah.
Oh, great.
There was a.
Have you tried the sauna?
There was a sauna for sure.
That's amazing. That is so amazing. Man, I love this podcast. The weird things I learn. So great. I think we have time for one more just random question. Right. The last time I've untied my shoes, like, I don't know the last time I've untied my shoes. Because I haven't been hiking in a while because it's been like cold and I've been busy. My last race was in October. I don't run outside once it hits November. And I'm a bad person. And I just don't untie my shoes.
Oh, okay, I see where you're going with that. You're
Yeah.
like, I don't run in November, and I'm a bad person. I was like, I'm not sure how those are correlated. Like,
I'm a bad person and I don't run and I throw rocks at people who do.
I mean, yeah, okay, now you are a bad
I
person.
know I am a
Then.
bad person.
Yeah,
No, I don't throw rocks at people who run. I don't I don't run outside.
you're really just helping their training. Actually, it's a nice thing.
So they
Like,
run faster.
they're slowing down, and you're like, no, man, you need to keep up
You
your
need to
pace.
keep going.
Pick up a rock, and
Come
they're like,
on,
oh crap.
grandma. Oh gosh. Could you imagine? You go to like the Boston Marathon and you start hooking rocks at people. Oh my gosh. That would be so mean.
You're not gonna do very well going at that speed.
Oh my gosh. Just heckle people.
Let's see you move this time. Toss a rock.
Especially if you were on like a moped.
No. A Segway.
A
It needs to be a Segway.
Oh, amazing. That would be freaking amazing. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Those runners are
don't.
working hard. That's a hard thing to do. Oh,
Yeah, that was for comedic value only.
yeah, that's
Please.
comedic stuff.
Please
Don't throw rocks at people who run unless they've asked you to. Consent. Like if that's how you're training, maybe you should get some help that doesn't involve rocks. Okay, we can't do 5 twice. 8. Man, I really need to charge this dice.
Apparently.
That is the lesson that we've
Here,
learned.
I'm just gonna set it up
Okay.
for the 20
Okay.
for the win.
Yeah. We've learned our lesson.
Question 8.
Question number 8. This is a great question since we were just talking about the gym. Adults go to the gym, hike, run, bike, go to scary movies, diet, rock climb up walls, jump out of airplanes, and do other dangerous or potentially fatal things for fun. Why? Why are we like this?
You know, oddly enough, I've given this some thought before.
Yeah. Because you're a normal human being. Or you're weird, depending on who you talk to.
I think those are synonymous, by
Yeah.
the way. I also think I may have stolen the last of the tea.
Oh no, there was a teeny bit left in there.
Okay.
Isn't it so good?
It is pretty phenomenal. Yeah. You know, so I think that our health and our mental health was better back in the day when we were like almost dying most of the time.
That was so well said. Oh my gosh, keep going. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna die over here.
You know, as you think about it,
Ooh.
like as a human race, like
Yeah.
we didn't get anything for free.
No.
You wanted to eat, you had to like freaking plant it.
Or chase it
or
down
chase
with
it.
a stick.
You wanted to go somewhere, you had to walk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and what's amazing about that is that as human beings, we need time to process things.
Yeah, we really do.
And in a world we live in today where you can just order food, never get off your couch, play video games to dull your emotions, or do other much worse things.
Yeah.
This is a family-friendly podcast, so I'm not going to go down that road.
Yeah, David, we talked about this. You don't get to talk about your day job.
That's right.
Sorry. That can be a different podcast that we could start.
But at the end of the day, there's a lot of really bad things you can do to dull your emotions,
Yeah.
or you can physically move your body and have to walk somewhere,
Yeah.
which gives you time to think.
Yeah.
If you're living on a farm and you want to go visit your neighbor, and that's like a mile and a half away, you just get to take, a 15-minute walk, or
Yeah.
because I think they walked faster than they did. Like I'd probably do it in 20 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just a casual, leisurely walk.
Do.
But then you have 20 minutes to just think.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing too is that our bodies really want to move,
Yeah.
I believe. And also there's something we like about being in danger. Really, as you look at life, it isn't like being comfortable that makes you a better person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It is actually being challenged. And for most of human history, being challenged means you're going to die if you don't like follow through.
Yeah.
And so I think there's a component too of like, why do we do like dangerous things as sports? Like, why do we jump out of planes? Well, it's obviously the adrenaline rush, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And it's because frankly, our bodies kind of like that.
Yeah.
And I think to an extent they need
We
it.
kind of need that. And like, are there safer, healthier ways to get it than other? Oh, yes,
Yeah.
please. Yes, please, guys. Yes, please. But yeah, I could not like agree more. And you said that so well. Just like so well. But yeah, like it's this weird conundrum. Being human is so weird. It's
Yeah.
such a weird experience. But we need to grow so badly.
Yeah.
We need to be challenged so badly. And we need struggle. We need to be stretched.
Yeah.
We need things that suck to happen. And if they don't, we kind of make them happen ourselves.
We go
And
looking for trouble.
yeah,
We do.
and you see that little kids do that. You see little kids do that. And you're like, "What the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?" And they'll be like, "I'm having fun." And you're like, "Okay." And you can see it's all going to come crashing down. And then it does, and they're having fun building their little block tower.
Yeah.
As it all comes crashing down. They build it that way on purpose.
It reminds me of one of a quote that changed my perspective a lot was uh, John Adams. He wrote a lot to his wife
He
when
did.
he was doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And in one of the letters, and I can't actually quote her anymore, but in one of the letters, John Adams was complaining to his wife, like, it's hard, things are going on.
Yeah, I mean,
And
understandably, yes.
yeah, which, fair enough, right?
Yeah.
It was a hard life back then for, like, everyone, and that was kind of not a great time period, right?
No.
And her response to him was something to the effect of, John, hard times are the kinds of times where great men want to live.
Yeah.
Because you don't get that opportunity to shine if it's not great.
Yeah.
If it's not hard, then you can't be great.
Yeah.
And I don't know that's 100% true, but we do. We need that struggle. That's one thing in recent years that I've really come to not only understand, but frankly appreciate.
Yeah.
Is that the hard things in life, like I look back on my life and some of the hardest things I've had to go through are the things I would not be without. Do I want to go through them again?
Oh my gosh, no. Oh my gosh, no.
But if you I had a stroke when I was 30 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. I was paralyzed on the left side of my body.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to go through a recovery period of that. And I look back at that time period, and what happened in my head was I was like, I'm 30 years old.
Yeah.
I don't like living like this.
Like, this is not great. This is a bad time.
Want to be in a position where I'm ever like this again. And it was a freak accident. It wasn't like
oh my gosh, yeah.
bad and having like
yeah.
But like, was I in the greatest shape? No. But
no.
Also was in bad shape?
No.
It was just kind of a freak thing.
Yeah.
But it really made me look at my life as I sat convalescing for 4 months and say, what's really important to me, and how can I change my life so I'm, like this kind of thing doesn't happen again? And it really changed the course of my life in a very good way.
Yeah.
Because I was like, screw this stroke. Like, this stroke will not define my life.
I'm going to stick it to you, stroke.
Yeah, it's like, you want to paralyze on the left side? I'm going to go running. Like, F you, stroke.
Yeah. So. Yeah. You didn't actually swear.
But, ironically, by being so determined for it not to define my life, in many ways it did.
Which I think is, gosh, like.
But in a good way.
Yeah, like we want so much for the bad things to not define us, and to not limit us, and to not break us, and to not hurt us, and this and this and that and that. But what if it hadn't defined you?
Yeah. I would be a much lesser person than I am today.
Yeah.
Would I ever go back and say I don't want to have that stroke? The answer is no. Like, it's part of me, and I get an extra holiday now. I celebrate Stroke Day.
Oh, that's dark. But like, it's certainly not to minimize any hard thing that anybody else is going through or may yet go through, but Like,
It doesn't change the fact that it sucks.
yeah, it doesn't ever change the fact that it sucks. But we need, we need challenges to push against.
Yes. And if we don't have them,
We find them.
yeah. Or we
Or you
we just be,
stagnate.
yeah, we
You
become
stagnate.
stagnant and
Yeah.
we start to fail
Yeah, you stagnate.
mentally and physically.
Yeah. I think like if you as a person are feeling like stuck and like without a purpose and like your life is like going in a circle or that you're just like floundering or whatever and that you're not really going anywhere, like find something that challenges you.
Yeah.
Find something that you need to push against. Find
Yeah.
something that's hard that you're not good at and try to get good at it.
Yeah. Well, the important thing, and we're probably close out of time, so I apologize.
Oh,
But
no, you're fine.
I think the important thing to that is that I've been in periods of my life where I am constantly pushing against something and I absolutely hate it.
Oh, yeah.
And it is the worst.
Oh, yeah.
And staying in that position is actually more harmful to me, right?
Yeah.
So when you go and you look for those things to push against and to fight against,
Mm-hmm.
it's got to be something you, as weird as it sounds, it's got to be something you like.
I mean, yeah.
And
Right.
you know,
We want to do it in a healthy way.
correct.
Right? You know, the question is about like why do people go to the gym? Why do people like start running? Why do people get interested in these like weird hobbies and rock climbing and other potentially things for fun?
Yeah.
Like I'm not telling like I guess if you want to go diving with sharks.
There are people that enjoy that.
Like you
They're
can
crazy.
you can do those things
I say that
safely.
lovingly.
You can learn to you can learn how to dive. You can get your diver's training and licensing and you can learn how to like drive a boat and you can do all that stuff safely. And then you can eventually go diving with sharks safely. So I'm not telling you not to do that and that wouldn't be like challenging and stretch you as a person. Like that's not something that I'm going to do. Right? But for example, like something that stretches me and that's really difficult for me is running. I did it previously, and I was much better at it previously. And then stuff happened, and I stopped running for a long time. And then this last year, I slowly started getting back into it, and I'm really bad. And it's really hard because I remember being really good.
Yes.
And that sucks. Like, that really sucks because you can, like, when you are getting back into something that you used to be good at, that's a different kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Because, like, the enjoyment of it is there. But there's also the, like, I remember when I was way up here and I'm way back down here at, like, beginner level.
Yeah.
But I used to be way up there, and why am I not back up there?
Yeah.
Like, that's not as fun.
That's a different
kind
of frustration.
Hard, yeah.
Yeah.
But I still like to run, and so it's been a journey of learning to like running as who I am now, right? And so like that's a different journey. That's a different journey. And like that might be your journey. That might be a different journey for you. But like if I was trying to do that and it was just getting like worse and I was just hating myself more,
Yeah.
right? Then maybe running's not the right thing for me right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's okay. Like that's okay.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. That's kind of part of why it has been so long. That and other things, you know, because life. But we need something to push against. We need something to stretch us.
Yeah. No, without that, as you say, we stagnate, and that shows physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to burn out, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
bad. So yeah, go do stressful things, guys.
Go do stressful
That's
things.
good for you.
Not like super, super stressful things. Like if it's crippling, or if you might get eaten by a shark.
Maybe reconsider.
Maybe just start with something small, like little. Like maybe
Trying some new teas.
try some new teas.
From Keats and Company.
Yes, from Keats Co. From the Good Dot store. That can do a lot of good.
I'm really impressed.
They're delicious. And you can save lives. You can literally save lives by buying like a little bag of tea or some cute socks. And then you can try some teas and maybe you're like, this one I didn't like as much, but I like these socks, and then I'm gonna try something new, and that stretches you as a person, and like, amazing. That's great. Well, this has been a really great chat. Like, we went all over the place.
Oh, I like it.
Me too. This is all we have time for to talk about today, guys, but we will talk to you later.